So, again, thank you for coming out. Do we have anyone that was at the first Liberty Pub, or is everyone new here? Awesome. So, just want to welcome you all. This evening we got Julie Borowski. So please give her, we're going to give her a very warm welcome, coming all the way out here from Annapolis, Maryland, to speak with us. For those of you, I'm sure most of you are aware of Julie, but for those of you who are not aware of her, she won the CPAC Blog Video of the Year in 2014, debunking Obamacare. From then, she has become a viral YouTube star, running a channel that is extremely successful. She's been a keynote speaker at some pretty star-studded events that have featured other people such as Mark Levin. So she's really established herself in the liberty movement, in the conservative movement. So let's just give her a warm welcome. Second Liberty Pub event.
Hi everybody. So thank you so much for inviting me. I'm glad to be here. So today I wanted to make it kind of positive because, as you guys may know, it's kind of been depressing lately, the election, and especially if you're a libertarian, things haven't been going so hot lately. So people ask me all the time, do you have any hope at all? Pump me up, Julie, cheer me up. And I'm like, okay, there has to be some things going right? Because otherwise, me and probably you guys would just give up already. So there has to be some glimmer of hope. So tonight, I'm going to try to keep it positive and say some things that we should be positive about. So the first thing that I have that's going right is the internet. So, yeah, I love the internet. So I think people my age and younger, we don't really appreciate the internet that much because we don't remember a time without the internet. Yes, I remember Ron Paul listening to him speak, and he talks about how hard it was to get any information about libertarianism and free market economics. He had to go to the library, and usually they didn't have the book, and he had to wait weeks for it, and sometimes it would never come in. But now we have the internet where we can find pretty much any book on libertarianism online, which is great. All the sources of information. We have sites like YouTube. For better or for worse, anyone can start a YouTube channel and start talking about their opinions. That's what I did. That's what a lot of people do. And the cool thing about it is there's basically no barriers to entry. You can be anyone you want to be and just get on YouTube and start talking about politics. So we have all these sources of information on the internet, which is something to be really positive about. The second one is libertarianism. Liberty, I suppose, is spreading. So I really got involved in politics about 10 years ago. And back then, when I called myself a libertarian, people had no idea what that was. They thought I was trying to say librarian. They really didn't know what the heck I was talking about. Now, people at least have heard of libertarianism. Most people, they still have misconceptions about what that means, of course, but they've at least heard about it, which is a positive direction. The next one is the election. So, okay. Things have been very interesting in the election, but I guess the cool thing is that Donald Trump, whether you like him, you don't like him, he's a different kind of person that's actually winning. It shows that people are trying to get something different. They don't like the direction of the country, so they're looking for change. Even Bernie Sanders, which, I'm not a socialist, so I don't like Bernie Sanders, but at least people are looking for something different with Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders. They're not going for the typical establishment candidates, which is something to be hopeful for. And maybe some people are looking towards third-party candidates, which is cool, something different. There's a number of polls showing that more and more Americans are libertarians. Now, they may not call themselves libertarians, they may have not read all the books and that kind of thing, but they tend to trend pro-freedom in economics and social issues, which is great. That's promising. The next issue that I wrote down is marijuana. So maybe not everyone agrees with me on this issue, but I remember when I first got involved 10 years ago, as I said, when I said that I wanted to legalize marijuana, I felt like I was really, really hardcore for wanting to legalize marijuana, right? I thought that was like the hardcore, I thought that was so radical. But nowadays, when you legalize marijuana, it's like, yeah, okay, me too. So it's really cool to see that actually an issue growing, and it's been legalized in a couple of states, and it's working pretty good. The next one is police brutality. So I have my own issues with the Black Lives Matter movement, but at least there's more accountability with police than there was a couple of decades ago. I think part of the reason is that people have a camera in their pockets, their phones. I remember talking to a police officer, and he said, a couple of decades ago, we got away with pretty much anything, because it was the criminals versus the police officers word in court. And now we have camera phones, so we can actually record evidence, and people get a fair shot that way, which is a good thing. The next is technology. We have things like Bitcoin, which if you ask me to explain, I can't really explain it that well, but it's cool that alternative currency has come out and people are using it. There's things like 3D printing, which again, I don't really quite understand, but it's cool people are making, guns, even all this kind of stuff with 3D printing. The next is we have things like Uber, GoFundMe. All the time people who are down on the luck can go on the internet websites and raise money that way. The next thing I wrote down is guns. So of course this is a big issue lately. The whole sit-in and all these filibusters and all these things. But the cool thing is that despite the shootings lately, there hasn't really been any serious gun control enacted. I thought for sure after Sandy Hook, clearly a tragedy, that there would be some kind of, I thought, okay, that's the end of the Second Amendment right there. But it's been cool to see that actually the Republicans at least, are standing up for guns, which is awesome. The next I have is gay marriage. I know people have different opinions on gay marriage, especially among libertarians. But I think there's never been a better time to be gay. I think we're probably one of the least homophobic countries in the world. I think that's something good, because if we're more accepting, there's generally fewer laws enacted. There's a lot of global trends that are promising. Crime is down in the world, teen pregnancy is down, global poverty is down. This is actually the most peaceful time in history. I know it doesn't seem that way, because we watch the mainstream news and we see all these wars and all these terrible things, but actually they've shown this is the most peaceful time in the entire history. Communism is down, socialism is down, global trade is up, free trade is a good thing. Even places like Sweden, that Bernie Sanders supporters like to say, this is the great promised land, they've actually moved to more capitalist policies because they realize that democratic socialism, whatever that is, isn't working. We also see a lot of freedom in popular culture. Movies that I like Divergent, The Giver, Hunger Games, all these kind of movies that a lot of young teenagers like to watch really have a pro-freedom message. Which is cool because if we can influence young people to move to a more libertarian position, that's a great thing. Things like the Libertarian Party. I know some people might be Libertarian Party people, some people want to be Republicans, but at least we have things like the Stossel debate, the Libertarian Party was represented. We had the town hall on CNN last night, which had the Libertarian Party. So we're seeing more representation of different views, which is a good thing. So I know it seems like there's not a lot of good stuff happening, but there actually is quite a few reasons to be optimistic. So don't get too down, and thank you guys for being here.